I mean, this is not rocket science. This a 6-year-old can understand. In fact, a 9-year-old can understand. My Talitha in homeschool is now studying Egypt in world history. And so they just watched the Ted Turner Moses video. And had to make a few corrections. But mainly the point was to understand what's going on. And what's going on back there in Moses, a 9-year-old can see he looked to a reward, and so he was willing to count reproach for the Messiah riches. He weighed certain joys. He looked at the joy that Egypt could offer, and he looked at the joy that this reward could offer, and he said, no comparison. No comparison. I'm embracing long-term, high-yield, blue-chip investment of my life. None of this low-yield, 2-bit, short-term, chapter 11, vulnerable investment on this life. I'm going for broke, and when he goes for broke, he's a free man. Absolutely free. Oh, that the church of Jesus Christ would break free from its bondage to materialism and living in this world. Here's the most powerful, amazing illustration in Hebrews of this point. Jesus. Therefore, since we have so great a cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us also lay aside every encumbrance and the sin which so easily entangles us, and let us run with endurance the race set before us. So you lay aside sin, that's holiness. You run with endurance in the path of obedience and love. It's a costly path. How do you do it? You fix your eyes on something. Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. And I've talked to some of you recently about those pronouns there. I mean the preposition, for the joy. And I do believe it's right to think here just the way 10:32 and 11:24 and 13:12 sets up the pattern. Namely, Jesus, as he contemplated the agony of the cross. This would be like not going to prison. If he didn't go to the cross, it would be like chapter 10, we're not going to the prison. We're not going to love. And Moses saying, I'm not going with this people. They're too cranky. I'll stay right here and enjoy myself in Egypt. And this would be Jesus saying, I'm not going to the cross. I'm going to Arabia and getting a little house on the lake. Instead, for the chapter 10, superior possession, chapter 11, reward, chapter 12, joy set before him, he endured the cross. Jesus was sustained by the confidence, the hope that on the other side of these days, I will rise from the dead. I will have a resurrection body that won't be bloody and pained anymore. I will have all authority in heaven and on earth. I will be exalted to my Father's right hand. I will gather over the next couple thousand years a people for my name who I will bless with unspeakable joy for all eternity. And for that, I'll endure the cross. For that joy, I'll endure the cross. Frankly, I get bent out of shape when people suggest, by way of criticism, that the pursuit of joy as a foundation for love is sub-moral. And you can see why I get bent out of shape. Because the implications for Jesus are blasphemous. He was sustained by his expectation of resurrection joy. through his suffering. And it did not minimize his love for us. Don't presume to have a motive higher than Jesus at the cross. That would be dangerous.